वेलकम स्टूडेंट्स। अज असी नवा टॉपिक जिहड़ा है वो स्टार्ट करन लगे एंड द टॉपिक नेम इज स्टैटिक्स। ये टॉपिक जिहड़ा है ये BSc क्लासेस दे विच टीच किया जाता, BSc ऑनर्स, BSc नॉन मेडिकल, BSc CSM दे विच। आओ देखिए पहला कि ये सिलेबस इस टॉपिक दे लई की है साडे कोल। Okay, topic name is statics. Section A contains the force acting at a point, parallelogram law of forces, resultant of two given forces acting at a point, component of force given forces, resolution of given forces, resolve part of force, triangle law of force, lambda mu theorem, Lami's theorem and its convergence. Similarly, we have any number of forces acting at a point. So, theorems of resolve part, condition of equilibrium of any number of concurrent forces, equilibrium of body, resting on a smooth inclined plane, parallel forces, movement, couple. So, these are in section A, and then we have section B that contains equilibrium of three coplanar forces acting on a rigid body, equilibrium of rigid body under action of coplanar forces, friction, and center of gravity. So, our entire videos cover this syllabus. So, let's start with this particular first video, which is introduction part. So, introduction is, so first video contains some definition, parallelogram law of two forces, and myself is Dr. Amanpreet Singh, PG Department of Mathematics, Khalsa College, Patiala. हाँ जी, आओ स्टूडेंट्स अज असी कुछ डेफिनेशंस देखिए जिहड़ियां असी इस टॉपिक नू कवर करने दे लई यूज करांगे। सो फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन इज मैकेनिक्स। मैकेनिक्स इज ए ब्रांच ऑफ साइंस विच डील्स विद एक्शन ऑफ फोर्सेस ऑन बॉडीज। मैकेनिक्स हैज टू ब्रांचेस called statics and dynamics. So particularly this syllabus is based on statics, and next class we will read this dynamics also. So here statics is a branch of mechanics which deals with bodies remain at rest under the influence of forces. Statics की है? Statics है ਜਦੋਂ body ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ remain at rest रवे, motion ना होवे ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ under the influence of forces. So similarly dynamics की होएगा? Dynamics is a branch of mechanics which deals with bodies in motion under the action of forces. If body is under motion, then it is known as dynamics. So next is definition of space. Some definitions are very common which students already know in lower classes, in plus 2 classes or in physics classes, but I told you all these definitions here also. Definition is space. Space, the region where various events take place, is called a space. Then body, a portion of matter is called a body. A portion of matter is called a body. And rigid body is a body where the distance between any two particles remain same in all position of the body is called rigid body. So next is particle. Particle is a body which is very small, whose position at any time coincide with the points. Position jada hai wo points naal hi match kar de. This is the next one is motion. If body changes its position under the action of force, then it is said to be in motion. But here we are dealing with statics, so there is no motion, but the definition of motion is this. Path of a particle is a curve joining the different position of particle in space while in motion. जब motion होवे उधे जड़ी curve बनेगी, that is called path of the particle. And speed, the rate of which the body describe its path. जिस rate नाल body जड़ा है वो अपनी path नू cover करेगा, describe the path. It is a scalar quantity. So similarly displacement is a vector quantity. it is change in the position of the particle in a certain interval. And velocity is again a vector quantity. It is the rate of change of displacement, rate of change of displacement. So next one is acceleration. Acceleration is a vector quantity. It is the rate of change of velocity, and this we required in this class. And what we see, this is the equilibrium. Equilibrium, a body at rest under the action of any number of forces on it, is said to be in equilibrium. So dear student, this class, in this particular syllabus, we will deal with equilibrium. So there is no harm if we change the name of book with, or replace the name of book with statics or equilibrium. So equilibrium, a body at rest under the action of any number of forces on it, is said to be in equilibrium. So now come to the next one is equilibrium hoega kis tarah, equilibrium of two forces. So first part is equilibrium of two forces. If two forces P, Q act on a body such that they have equal magnitude, opposite direction, same line of action, then they are in equilibrium. So be very careful. P and Q act on a body, they have equal magnitude, opposite direction, same line of action, then they are in equilibrium. So this particular class, this particular lecture deals with magnitude and direction. So direction te magnitude jehda hai wo assi agge find karna sikhange. So force is a vector quantity. Force is any cause which produce or tend to produce a change in the existing state of rest of a body or its uniform motion in straight line. Force is represented by a straight line which has both magnitude and direction. So type of force is weight, attraction, repulsion, tension, thrust and friction, etc. By Newton's third law, action and reaction are always equal and opposite. So here the first article which we want to start is parallelogram law of forces, fundamental theorem on statics, fundamental theorem in statics. And this is, if two forces acting at a point be represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of parallelogram drawn from the point, their resultant is represented both in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram drawn through that point. So if we have two forces represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of parallelogram, if we have a parallelogram, we have two forces represented by the sides of the parallelogram, then their resultant is completely represented by the magnitude and direction of the diagonal. Let's see. Let the two forces P and Q acting at A represented by AB and AD, and let alpha be the angle between them. Just student देखो थे AB and AD. We have two forces P and Q and they act at an angle alpha. So this angle is alpha. So BAD is equal to alpha. Complete the parallelogram by taking C, and then we got ABCD. The diagonal AC represents the resultant. AC represents the resultant. How? AB plus AD. AB plus AD is equal to AC. But in lower class, we see that AC is equal to AB plus BC. But BC is parallel to AD. So AB plus AD is equal to AC. So P plus Q is equal to R. P plus Q is equal to R. This is a fundamental theorem of parallelogram forces. But we have another theorem which we want to prove in this section, and the theorem is, article is, this is very important article, and from examination point of view, student must be very careful, be very particular about this article to find the magnitude and direction of a resultant of two forces acting at a point at an angle alpha to find magnitude and direction of resultant. So let R be the resultant which makes an angle phi with one force. Now here in this article we want to find magnitude of R and its direction. Direction means angle and magnitude means its value. So here just see, let R makes an angle phi with the one force, that force is P. So complete this parallelogram, we have already parallelogram. Now draw a perpendicular and let CAB is equal to phi. Draw a perpendicular CE, perpendicular on this AE and AB, and BC is equal to AD. We already see this, and this is also equal to Q. From the right angle triangle CB and E, we want to find this sin alpha. Sin alpha is equal to perpendicular over hypotenuse. So perpendicular is CE and hypotenuse is CB. CB is equal to Q. So sin alpha is equal to CE by Q, and CE is equal to Q sin alpha. Call it number 1. Similarly, in this triangle ACE, so ACE cos alpha. What is cos alpha? Cos alpha is equal to, in this triangle CEB, cos alpha is equal to BE base over hypotenuse, BE over BC. So BE over Q, BE is equal to Q cos alpha. But now we deal with ACE. ACE means AE plus CE is equal to R. So R is equal to R square, this triangle, in this triangle by Pythagoras rule, AE square plus EC square is equal to AC square. So AC square is equal to R square is equal to AE square plus CE square. Student, ये सिर्फ एक simple Pythagoras जेड़ा है वो असी apply करने गए. AE is nothing else. This is equal to AB plus BE, and AB is equal to P. BE we already find, that is Q cos alpha, and CE we have find in number 1, that is equal to Q sin alpha. We put the values P plus Q cos alpha square plus Q sin alpha square, and we got P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. This is the first article, first value, that is magnitude, and magnitude is R is equal to root P square plus 2PQ plus Q cos alpha. So similarly, on dividing these two, we got tan phi, and tan phi is CE over BE, which is Q sin alpha over P plus Q cos alpha. So these two results we want to find. One is magnitude and other is direction. Now come to the next. Result 1, it's Crowley. If the forces P and Q are at right angle to each other, then what happens? If alpha is equal to 90 degrees, so R is equal to root P square plus Q square plus 2P Q cos alpha. Cos alpha is 90, so cos 90 is 0. We got R is equal to P square plus Q square, and tan alpha is equal to Q sin alpha over P plus Q cos alpha. We put the value of alpha, we got Q sin alpha. Sin alpha is 90, so Q sin alpha 90 is 1. P plus Q cos alpha. Cos 90 is 0, so we got tan phi is equal to Q over P. Similarly, we have second result. If P is equal to Q, when P is equal to Q, we got R is equal to 2P cos alpha by 2, and tan is equal to this. So on simplify, we got theta phi is equal to alpha by 2. Last result, if R is greatest when cos alpha is greatest, and greatest value is cos alpha is 1. So greatest value of R, that is R is maximum, then P is P plus Q, and R is minimum when cos alpha is minimum. So minimum value of cos alpha is -1 at alpha is equal to 180. So least value is R is equal to P minus Q. So next time we solve some question later to this articles. Thank you.